You might be wondering, is there really a way to stop stuttering so you can say what you want to say? Is there a way to overcome stuttering? And so nothing that I can say to some of you will convince you, because you'll say, well, yeah, you're Michael Williams and this is your program, so of course you're going to say whatever you need to say to sell it. So what I've been trying to do is to share with you before and after videos. These are real people. These are clients who have been so kind and gracious enough to agree to show a little bit of their before, how they spoke before and how they are speaking now. And they're ever improving. They're always improving. So I want to introduce you to Justice, once again, who's been kind enough to allow us to show his before and after. So I'd like for you to watch this video and just let it inspire you, because if you've been struggling with your speech like so many people, I want you to know that there is a way that you can be free. There is a way that you can be able to get out there and express yourself and say what you want to say. And this can transform your career and your relationships, your education, your self-esteem, your confidence, and everything else. Once you've watched this video, then you need to make a decision. Do I believe this or not? If I do believe it, am I going to take action to transform my speech and change the rest of my life? We have two ways for you to do that. One is through our self-study and one's through our private coaching. So if you're interested in either one of those, then go ahead and click any of the links in or around this video to access it. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Michael Williams, and let's take a look at Justice.
I just want to be able to speak and I want to be able to sway other people with my speech. I want them to speak, and I want people to know I'm intelligent, because sometimes when I talk, people, you know, as we all know, perception is reality. So sometimes, a lot of times I talk, people might think I'm not really smart. So I want to be able to speak, and people know that I am smart just by how I talk. So that's why, yeah. So that's why I want to be an excellent speaker.
Prior to enrolling in the Pro90d speech system, life was pretty stressful for me, as I've been having trouble with my speech since the second grade, and it really wore on me physically and mentally. My speech wore on me physically because for a long time I had trouble with getting words out and getting stuck and trying to force out words. So a lot of times, by the time I was finished speaking, I would feel exhausted, out of breath, and basically it felt like I had just finished running a track meet. And my speech also wore on me mentally as well, because I knew that I had a lot of knowledge in my mind that I wanted to share, but I was afraid to share it because I was afraid that I wouldn't get taken seriously, or I was afraid that I would just embarrass myself. So eventually I got fed up, and I told myself that in order for me to become the best version of myself, that I have to do something about it. So I went looking for a solution for programs. So I went on YouTube and I came across Michael. And Michael really intrigued me because from listening to him, he just seemed like a very authentic person, and a person that was going to keep it real with you. And in contrast, there were other programs that I found as well, and a lot of them claimed to have a quick fix. They claimed that they could cure your stutter in something like 3 days or 1 week, and all that stuff sounded too good to be true. And you know what they say, if something sounds too good to be true, then it ain't true. And Michael, he just seemed like the opposite of that. He always reiterated that his program works, but in order for it to work, you have to put in the work. And also, his program is also based on science as well. It's all about changing your old bad habits into new conductive habits, and just staying consistent with it so that you ingrain it in your mind. And that pretty much had me sold. Another thing that convinced me was that I was on his page, and I would always see him interviewing clients that he was working with or past clients. And it seemed like they had a good grasp on their speech and that they drastically improved their speech. So that also convinced me as well. So when I first signed up for the program, I didn't really have much money. So I ended up signing up for the basic self-study program. And that's a good program as well, as I stuck with it and stayed consistent with it for about 2 weeks. And I was seeing a lot of progress. My speech had dramatically improved. I was speaking much better with my colleagues, friends, and family. But after a while, I started slacking off. And as my schedule got busier and busier, I started giving myself excuses as to why I wasn't doing as much and staying consistent with it. And eventually, I ended up reverting back to my old speech. So I needed somebody to hold me accountable and to keep pushing me. So as soon as I got the money to afford the private coaching, I went ahead and enrolled in it. And I think that that really helped take me to the next level. When you're speaking with Michael, he's the guru of the whole program. So there's nothing better than speaking to the creator and the guru and the master of the program, as he can see things that you might not be able to see yourself. There were a lot of things that he would point out to me, and I'll be like, oh. And then when I did it, I started seeing a lot more improvement. And also, he also holds you accountable as well. He's always telling you what you got to do and just making sure that you stay on it. And he's always keeping contact with you consistently. So after taking part in the private coaching, my speech increased dramatically, and I started seeing a lot of improvement. I became much more confident, and I'm becoming an excellent speaker. And I'm no longer waking up in the morning thinking negatively and thinking about how I might not be able to get words out. Instead, now I'm thinking much more positively, and I'm confident now. I wake up in the morning and I feel happy, and I'm just thinking that I can get a lot done in the day. And I'm just a lot more hopeful in life. I know that there were a lot of opportunities in the past that I passed up on, but now I feel like I can do all of those things because I'm a great speaker, and I'm not giving myself excuses now to pass up on things. I'm much more confident now talking to people, whether it's family, friends, authoritative figures, or whether I'm making presentations as well. Just have a much more positive outlook on life. And I think that there's nothing that I won't be able to do in the future. So, Michael's private coaching is definitely a great program. I think that if you have trouble with your speech, that you should do the private coaching, because he's dramatically changed my life, and I know that he's changed a number of other people's lives as well. And you can be next. So thank you for listening.